This bitch. What is going on, everybody? I'm just going to wait for some people to get on if they want to get on tonight. Mark Betancourt. What's going on, brother? So we're just going to do a live Q&A. Basically, you guys can ask me whatever questions you like, and we'll go ahead and answer them for you guys. But, you know, I like to be an open book, and I feel like, honestly, this is like the easiest way for me to talk. You know, whenever I record these videos and stuff, like I always feel like I'm on some sort of time schedule because my camera gets super hot after 20 minutes. So it doesn't really allow me to film very well. So, you know, like I'm just a much better speaker when I'm like just on live streaming. And I definitely feel like I can help you guys out more this way. My man, Nick, what's going on, baby? Love you too, homie. Can't wait to see you again, brother. The Colony, Texas. So where is everybody at? Let me know where you guys are at right now. So we got Colony, Texas. We have Grapevine, Texas. Okay, so little Texas family. My man Tongi. So I've been helping Tongi out with his weight loss journey. If you guys would like to, go find his channel. And dude's a beast, man. So I put him on just like a fasting protocol. He started off this weight loss journey at 544 pounds, and we're already down 9 pounds within 1 week. So I mean, yeah, Tongi's kicking some ass. So we got California in the house from multiple locations. We got Dallas as well, Alabama. Nice. Akron, Ohio. Okay. All right. So we have, let's see. Let's look at some of these questions we have here. What am I working out today? Today I'll be doing a pull day, so it'll just be back. So what I've been doing recently is just like the current push-pull leg split, which, matter of fact, I have a couple other videos that I need to put up to complete this video series. By the way, I'm in Thailand right now. It's roughly 10, 12 in the morning. So if you're in Dallas, I believe it's 13 hours. If you're in on the East Coast, it's 12 hours difference. You can see my eyes look a little tired. Just woke up maybe 30 minutes ago. But yeah, so I'll be doing a pull day. So essentially with this current split on the pull days, I'm doing, you know, back and biceps. On the second day, which is what this day is for me, I kind of I stay away from some of the compound movements, and I just do more of the like accessory back movements. So I'll do like some rows on the seated cable row. I'll do the pull down. I'll do the rope pullover. I won't do any deadlifts on this day. I'll keep that for the first day. But that's pretty much how I do it. In biceps, very simple, 3 exercises. So it's going to be one like curl movement, like a regular curl movement, whether it be with the barbell or the easy bar curl or dumbbell curls, supinated the entire time, making sure you're coming up, contracting the muscle, getting a good negative on that movement. And then, you know, the rep range is all on this second is 15 reps, which, again, I'll be discussing within those other videos that I decide to put up here in the next few days or so. And then I'll take a day off, and then we'll work the cycle all over again. So what's your opinion on movies that show men in embarrassing situations caused by either a practical joke or a sleazy mind game by some chick that will get you laughed at? I don't know, man. You have to give me a particular movie to discuss, and then I can give you my opinion on that movie, because there's so many different scenarios that can happen within that. So I'm really not too sure, bro. Let's see. When am I coming back to Dallas? I've considered coming back next month. So it just depends, honestly, how I feel out here in Thailand. So far, I've just finally started to get my groove out here. You know, it took a while. You know, it took a while for me to be able to get my groove just because, you know, so many different things have happened recently. I don't know if you guys have been following the last few videos that I put out. So that pretty much has been the case. So it's just like, you know, kind of just finding my way of being in this moment and really just sticking to it and just, you know, maximizing my time. So, you know, I got to make sure that I'm always giving my clients their time, and I try to communicate with them as much as possible. So I stay up at certain times to talk to them. But and then, you know, after that, of course, you know, I just been doing my thing. Like I said, I've been putting together these videos. I'm going to do a different format with them because the gym is so loud that I have to basically just do some voiceover formats. So that way I can kind of get out the information that I want to get out within the training videos. Because I had some questions that were on there that some people were asking me about that I was just leaving some sort of information out. So yeah, I want to make sure that I'm covering this information and making sure that everything is full rounded out there. Let's see. Yeah. So, I mean, as far as when am I coming back home, it could be next month. It could be the month after that. But I am preparing for a bodybuilding show. I will be doing the USAs in July in Vegas. So just mark that on the calendar. You'll be seeing some videos for that series coming up soon. I'm excited, guys. You know, my mind is finally ready for this. Like all of last year, you know, I just really didn't have that. I didn't have that confidence in myself. And to be honest, I really felt like it just showed. You know, it just, you know, my body just, you know, and honestly, it was just because my body wasn't reacting to the diet the way that I would have, you know, would have liked. You know, there's many different scenarios that had occurred that, you know, I'm not trying to make excuses for anything, of course, but it is what it is. My body just didn't react to the hard work and the work that I was putting into it. So it just like, yeah, it made me not feel confident in just the way that I was doing things and so on. And that was one of the reasons why I almost didn't want to compete again. It's just because, yeah, once you get that feeling from within, man, it just really, it takes a toll on you, honestly, especially as a competitor. And this is who I am. You know, bodybuilding is just, it's me. Let's see. For the fasting, someone said something about fasting. What is the hour protocol? Okay, so you can do different protocols for the fasting. You can do an every other day fast, an every 2-day fast. You can even do a 3-day fast. You can do, and if you do intermittent fasting where you're still eating every day, you can do 1 meal a day like my friend Nick Dompierre does. He does 1 meal a day, where essentially he goes and trains fasted, then comes home and does his meal there. It's a pretty big meal. Basically, it's like a 3-course meal within one, and that way you're covering all your daily calories in that moment. Or you can do like a 6-hour period, which is what's most common, I believe. So like whenever I do intermittent fasting, I'll start my fast, or I'll break the fast around 4 to 5 and then do a 6-hour window. That's the most common. I feel like that's probably the best to do because especially if you're not used to just eating 1 meal a day. Currently running a Mountain Dog high frequency program. Of course, that's actually what I did in the past was the Mountain Dog training program from John Meadows. I loved it. Honestly, it gave me a whole different mindset when it came to training, and it really allowed for my physique to blossom to a whole nother level. I really feel like that was just like huge for me. By the way, if the audio is good, let me know. If it needs some fixing, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me see if I can use this little mic. Testing. Let me know if this audio. Let me know if this mic is working. Okay, cool. Awesome. Perfect. So let's see how, you know, again, I want to come in here. I want to help you guys as much as possible. I'm going to see if I can be on here for like an hour or two. Yeah. So Mountain Dog, I love it because of the fact that it really, man, it just like, it teaches you that a lot of the times when you're training, you're not doing anywhere near enough work. And that was the beauty of it, is that it just takes you to a whole nother level. And it really made my physique like just, yeah. When you saw my physique transform is whenever I started running Mountain Dog. And I really learned a lot from that protocol, which is what I take into some of the programming that I do for myself right now. Yeah. So let's see. What's my nationality? I am Puerto Rican. My mother is from Puerto Rico. She was born and raised in San Juan, Puerto Rico. And then my dad, he was a New Yorican. He was born and raised in New York. They both met in the military, and so I was a military baby. Yeah, so the rest is history. Let's see. Uh, let's see. What's my favorite vegan protein? My favorite vegan protein powder, I would say, man, the best tasting one, I'm not gonna lie, man, this Planta protein from Ambrosia Collective. Holy shit, man. This stuff was freaking good. So they basically sent me a protein to review. And they accidentally sent me the wrong flavor. They sent me a chocolate mint, which I'm not a mint chocolate fan. But I'm not gonna lie, man, this stuff was freaking good. And then they sent me some different samples of some different flavors, and I think it was like a waffle flavor or something. Oh my god. I could literally see, I'm not a big fan when it comes to protein powders. Like I have to make them in smoothies, but I could actually drink that one in a shake it up in a shaker cup. It was super on point. And what I love about it was the mixability was just like really, really good. Let's see what else. But I use quite a bit of different flavors. I mean, I'll use that Planta is one. Whenever I was out in Denmark, I was using let's see, bulk powders. They're pretty clutch. Their chocolate peanut butter is pretty good. Even the Danish brand that they have out there, I forget the name of it, but they have a plant-based protein that was pretty legit. Yeah, because I haven't used a whey protein in years. It just they never really sat well with me, so I really enjoyed those. Let's see what else. Stopping Utah, let's get a workout. Of course, I need to go to Utah. I have a friend that's in Ogden, so I definitely want to get over there. How close are you to Ogden, Tongi? Any American Pie movie? Porky's Full of Monty. My apologies, not the proper question to ask you. Would you ever compete in powerlifting? I would if I didn't hurt my hip. So this is what happened. I tore my hamstring. I partially tore my hamstring. This was in 2015. I was getting ready for the USA's. I just was lazy. I didn't want to drive to the gym, so I was like, you know what? Let's go for a sprint outside. And on my last sprint, I decided to push it a little bit more, and my fucking hamstring popped. It was one of the outside heads. And of course, I'm 4 weeks out from the show. I was like, there's no way that I'm going to quit. It was upsetting. I wasn't able to train legs like really up until the rest of the show. But by continuing to push and not really, rehabbing it properly and doing things the right way, it essentially created an imbalance within my body. And a lot of things, it was like, this is when you learn, when you get injured like this. And this is why a lot of athletes continue to have reoccurring injuries, because a lot of times if they're not taking the proper time to be able to heal their bodies and essentially just get everything back in balance again, these things will fall out of place. Like your body is extremely mechanical. It is a perfect machine. And when one thing breaks down, other things have to basically essentially compensate for those things that have broken down. So, and then you have overcompensation patterns, and it's just one after another after another. Same thing with my wrist. I broke my wrist actually out here in Thailand. I ended up prepping for a show later that year, but because of this broken wrist, um, it ended up leading into me, like when you do, like, for example, when you're benching, you want to keep your wrist pretty much straight. Well, this wrist will kind of turn up. Well, just with that little movement in my wrist, I started overcompensating with my trap. It ended up basically creating like I pulled my teres, I pulled my serratus muscle, I ended up pulling my lat. All of this from a broken wrist. So make sure, you guys, that if you ever get injured, make sure you're properly healing yourself, taking the time to get that worked, and yeah, man, dude, just take the time to do it. Don't make my mistake. Let's see what else. Have you ever thought about collaborating with other YouTubers? Sure. I want to get some YouTubers on my channel, do some live streams with me. I can, just do questions and stuff. But that is what I intend to do this year, is just, get together with as many guys as I possibly can. and just, collaborate with a lot of guys, man. I love to collaborate with people, man. I feel like that's what it should be about. It should be about getting together with, your peers and, yeah, man, just freaking grinding it out, getting some good workouts in and, getting some good food in, all kinds of stuff, man. I'm the biggest when it comes to collabing. It just, it depends on what they want to do. What's your diet going to look like for your next prep? So right now, while I'm in Thailand, if you've been keeping up with the last videos, I've been, including some different, animal sources foods into my diet because it essentially was just extremely inconvenient out here to try to be the best version of myself and to be vegan. Um, so I just been, I've been counting my macros, nothing special, just keeping the typical bodybuilding foods in my diet, eating lots of fruits and veggies as well, because these are things that I love to consume. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. But I'm just counting macros, so I'm doing a higher protein diet at the moment and carb cycling. And so that's pretty much the way I'm going to do it. But you guys will watch the videos that I'll start putting out. It'll show you everything in detail, what I'm consuming, and how I'm doing it and so forth. The training as well, all of it. Yeah. So that is my plan for those videos, guys. Let's see what else. Am I going to eat steak soon? I had a burger the other day. It was really nice. Mountain Dog made a video with Jeb Nippert, so he's Mountain Dog is amazing, dude. Fucking dude, John Meadows is a shit. I love John. What advice would you offer to a 20-year-old who has recently started lifting? Seriously, what kind of training split would you recommend? I would recommend some. It just really depends. It depends on your schedule, um, and your availability to the gym. But honestly, this like you can do a squat bench deadlift routine, which is great. You want to do some sort of periodization. So it's something that like daily undulated periodization is a good split to follow. Or, because even with mine, with the training split that I do, the push pull leg split, um, that I have on my website, it's periodization. So you'll work one sort of rep scheme for 4 weeks. You'll work another rep scheme for 4 weeks. You'll work another rep scheme for 4 weeks. But it definitely works. It works. It'll kick your ass, man. And that's how you have to do it. You have to focus on one particular goal. Um, if you're gaining mass, you want to keep your rep range between 8 to 12 reps. Work within that range. I always say don't go to failure often. Do it occasionally, but don't do it too much, right? Because and then once you dive into those later working sets, like for the exercises and stuff, like it'll definitely wear and tear on you. So yeah, when I put these videos out, like just check them out, dude. Like, and that's why I have to do the voiceovers because there's information like this that I need to be able to get on there that a lot of people, had kind of written me and said that I was missing. So that's my fault. That's my fault. But I'll cover that in those future videos. Mike Rashid is a homie, dude. I fucking love that guy, man. He's fucking the shit. If y'all don't know who Mike Rashid is, go type in Mike Rashid in your search bar right now and go follow his channel. That dude is a beast. Favorite part about Dallas, Destination Dallas. Destination Dallas is my home gym, man. It's like great gym, great facility, great people there. Just it's been where I've been for years, for years, guys. Since the beginning of my since I basically won the teen nationals I won my class teen nationals so when I won the collegiate nationals 2011. That's the gym that I was training out of. I've been there ever since. Body Lab is the protein, by the way, that I was talking about that's made in Denmark. I have the same question that you have never answered for 5 days ago. Dude, vegan, carbo, whatever the fuck your name is. I have not been talking about you. I wrote the comment and that answered your question. I don't know who you are. So I'm not gonna take that any further. I think it's dumb that you're even here asking the same question. Let's see. Question. I'm 45, worked out in my 20s. Haven't worked out since 20. Hold on. Yeah, haven't worked out since 25. Want to grow some muscle, just enough to not be embarrassed and take my shirt off in the beach. Any advice as to routine? Man, if you want to, because if you want to put on muscle, dude, you can start off with something that doesn't allow, like, that's basically allows for bigger rest. So like maybe if you do like a total body routine to start, or maybe an upper body, lower body routine, you're limiting your working sets to maybe like 1 to 2 working sets per exercise, and you're able to train every day. And then if you want to follow, like, man, it just really depends. Like you can go there, work from there. That's like more of a beginner routine in my opinion. Um, but at the same time, it allows you for more constant work throughout the week. And then of course, like, you'll have some of the routines that I post with my videos. They're going to be a little bit like, I don't know, because I like to follow basic exercises. So they're at more advanced, but at the same time, they're not. It's I feel like as far as advanced training, it just depends on your level and your intensity and how you're able to train. The longer you do this, just like any other thing, the more repetitions you get down, the better you get at it. But if you want to really work your body composition, man, the diet is the biggest key. You have to make sure that your nutrition is on point. Like, you can never outwork a bad diet at the end of the day, especially if you don't know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're consuming every single day, it's going to be tough to do that, to make any changes just by strictly training. Of course, the training is going to allow you to build muscle, but the way you make a difference within your physique is going to be the nutrition. And if you need help with coaching, man, holler at me. Click the link to my website, and you can just fill out the questionnaire from there, and I'll be able to help you out with the best that I can do. Let's see. How come you don't eat Rican food as much anymore? I remember back in the days, you would go to your mom's house and eat. Dude, when I'm dieting, I try to stay away from Puerto Rican food, just because it's high in fat, um, at least most of it. So what I would end up doing is getting my mom to essentially make a leaner version for me, taking out the oils, doing all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I mean, I'm out here in Thailand, bro. Like, there's no Puerto Rican food in Thailand. I barely was able to get, like, find a decent pizza place and get a good cheeseless pizza. But yeah, man, it's yeah. So when I'm in Thailand, bro, I do what Thais do. Let's see. Hey, bro, how's the transition been? It's been great. To be honest, man, I'm feeling fantastic. My digestion is on point. I feel good. My physique, I mean, like, I'm filling out a lot more. I feel way better. I'm not dealing with the diarrhea and stuff, which was a big issue for me. Yeah, I mean, my performance in the gym is great. Everything was great. Yeah. You recommend to lose lower body fat percentage, lower my calories, and add cardio with my weight training. If you want to lose body fat, then yes, you need to have a sound diet, figure out what you're eating. Um, Definitely incorporate some cardio. It's just good for the heart, you know, and make sure your training is sounds well. You're keeping everything consistent, but absolutely a sound diet. And then the cardio is just like, it's just like that extra bit. That's what allows you to be in a deeper deficit, especially if you don't have a really active day. Um, let's see. What do you think about doing a full body, at least one workout for each body part, 4 days a week? I think it's great. I think full body is great. It's just, if you have that kind of patience to be able to train everything every time, sure, man. Like, I have clients that I write full body training programs for, and they love it. It just really depends on the individual, your specific goal. For me, whenever I get ready for shows, I train like a bodybuilder. I do a bro split just because it's what I'm used to. And I don't like steering away from things while I'm prepping for shows, just because it's just the easiest way to go about it. Let's see. Uh, where we at? I learned that way of tearing all kinds of muscles, lifting with the ego. How come you never had interactions with Chris Jones? Honestly, Chris Jones just hasn't wanted to interact with me. I would love to do videos with Chris Jones, but he says that he wouldn't do stuff with quote unquote steroid users, but he's done videos with people that use steroids. I just think that it's his personal preference, man. But if he wants to fucking collab with me, dude, I would love to collab with him. I want to collab with as many people as possible, because to me, the fitness, it's all about, being able to motivate people and inspire people, from all different avenues, man. I don't care who you are. Like if you train and you train hard and you want to get pushed, I'm down to fucking do a video with you. I'm down to work out with you. We don't even have even if I met up with Chris and I didn't even do a video with him, I would love to just get a workout with him because I just love that, man. I love being able to connect with people and train and do all this stuff, man. It's fun. What do you think about these bodybuilding YouTubers? Larry Wills. Larry Wills is a beast. I don't watch too much of Goku Flex anymore. I am subscribed to his channel though. I mean, he's a cool dude. The Mac Truck. I actually, I haven't really seen much of the Mac Truck, but Tehran is also a fucking homie. I've done multiple videos with Tehran. Super cool guy. Keto, nice man. If keto works for you, bro, do it. Have fun with it. I personally, anything that essentially completely removes a macronutrient from your diet, it's not for me. I don't really recommend it for people. But if you like it, bro, have at it. How many weeks should you train? You should train every week, all the time. We'll definitely stay tuned for future videos. Thank you, Jablo. I appreciate it, man. How many days a week? You should train as many days as your body can possibly handle. So, I mean, if that's 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, start off with like 3 to 4, 5, and then build up to 6. Vegan carburetor. How is it that you said that I never answered the question? I did answer the question. I said that I never said anything to you. All I said was that your video with Bart K, like it was hard to watch because you're a very slow speaker, man. Like that's it. I never talk shit about you. I don't talk shit about anybody. Like this is silly, dude. Why do you keep asking me? Absolutely, Kane. Manuel, yeah, absolutely, man. Check out one of the other videos. I'll make sure to put put my information down in the description below here. Let's see. Amazing chest. Huh, thanks, man. I'm enjoying your style of videos. I appreciate it, Manuel. Tongi, yes, absolutely. That's why, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, he's doing amazing. We're 9 pounds down. He's y'all go follow his journey. He's awesome, awesome guy. How long have I been training? So I've been working out honestly since I was 12 years old. I'm 29 now. First started training at 12. Got my first gym membership at 14 years old. I did my first bodybuilding show at 16 years old, and yeah, so I've been in the bodybuilding game for quite some time. Let's see, best way to track macros, calories. Yes, you're essentially going to have to weigh most things out. You don't have to, like, once you get really good at this, you can definitely do some eyeballing and stuff. But I definitely recommend having a food scale on hand. If you want to be as perfect as possible with your nutrition, then having the food scale is going to be a key. Now, of course, you don't have to do this with everything. When you're out and about, let's say you eat out with a friend of yours or something like that, then you're going to have to eyeball, right? And you're going to have to guesstimate. I always over guesstimate whenever I eat out, just in case, because you want to make sure that, especially if you're in a deficit, you want to make sure you're just making up for that. But yeah, that's the best way to do it. I use MyNet Diary, MyFitnessPal, and Chronometer. I'll use any between all of those. Let's see. Thanks for the input, John. Used to do Bruce Split. I'm really loving the full body. Yeah, dude, full body's great, man. I've done it. I honestly, like after this show, I'll get into more full body routine because I really want to test it out. If you guys are not familiar with the guy, his name is the Snake Diet. Check out his channel. He puts out some good full body workouts, and so I've been following those and definitely been saving them for future reference. He's also highly knowledgeable. Would I ever do a collab with Jason Blaha? I mean, probably not. I just don't see how Jason really relates to me, so probably not. JJ, if you could live anywhere besides Texas, where would it be and why? Man, I would love to live out here in Asia somewhere. I love Bangkok, man, because the islands nearby are freaking beautiful. The cost of living out here is so cheap, which is why I'm out here. I get to skip the winter, enjoy the hot weather. I also thought about Costa Rica. I thought about the Philippines. But if I'm going to live in the States, it would probably be Florida. I think Florida is where it's at. Just because I like warm weather, man. I'm Puerto Rican, dude. I need to get back to somewhere that's closer to to my roots. It makes me feel better to be in a warm place. Let's see. Simply Deep, man. Of course, brother. But if you need to email me, man, shoot me an email. I can answer some other questions for you that aren't regarding to fitness. Cody Berserk, I am in Thailand, Bangkok. How has your immune system been affected overseas for a long period of time? I'm actually good. Honestly, I'm actually good. I think sometimes it may affect some people, but it hasn't really affected me so much. I've had like some bouts of diarrhea, but the first time I came here, it was like, yeah, I had a little bit of an upset stomach, but yeah, this time has been solid, man. Yeah, I can't complain whatsoever. The only thing is I got a cold recently. This is like I'm finally getting over it. But it was because I didn't get enough sleep. So I was like, man, I went like 3 days straight with like 3 hours sleep. For some reason, I just couldn't sleep very well. And then I ended up catching a cold. But other than that, I'm fine. Yeah, like I feel good now. It's just a little cold. Let's see. Top 5 tips for bodybuilding. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Train hard, train intense, eat well, make sure your nutrition is on point. Definitely do some cardio. Yeah. I think I'd have to like write some of this stuff down and do a video like that. Yeah. I should definitely check out Myanmar. For sure, man. I need to do like a quote unquote visa run at the end of the month. So I'm either looking at Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, or Malaysia. Those are the 3 places I'm kind of looking at right now. I need to book a trip soon, actually. Let's see. Do I still shop at Trader Joe's when I'm back home in Dallas? Sure. Yeah, I love Trader Joe's. I just, when I was doing the vegan thing, I really didn't go out there often because I would usually only go to Trader Joe's for like some of the protein sources that I was picking up. A lot of ladyboys in Thailand, 100%, especially down near Sukhumvit, which is the main road over here, around like Soy 11. So if you ever come down, go to Soy Cowboy, Soy 11. Yeah, walk down this area, Nana Station, Asok Station. There's a lot of ladyboys that are gonna cat prowl you and try to get you to, get a happy ending with them. It's kind of funny. Have I heard of the root drink called kava? Yes, I actually had it. It's good. Do you think HGH will put my physique to the next level? So whenever I use growth in the past, I'm not gonna lie, man. I just feel like because see what happens whenever you take growth is it has like a fat burning effect while you're taking it, um, which is why most bodybuilders use it during like a contest prep cycle. Um, but like those hyperplasia effects happen afterwards. So like 6 to 9 months later, it's like essentially what it does is it'll create new muscle cells. At least this is what the theory is. And I feel like it does happen because I'm not gonna lie, man, my physique jumped to a whole nother level after having used it. Now, of course, this is just this is how I've, what I felt from it. I'm not giving any advice or anything, but I think that's exactly what it does. And that's my opinion on it. Let's see. Vibing. Be careful with the street food. I got pretty bad food poisoning. Yeah, I don't eat street food. I make sure that I eat from good places, restaurants and stuff. I mean, I've had street food a couple times, but I make sure this quality, man. I'm not getting just like just the nasty BS that's just there. Motivation and dedication is absolutely key, man. You absolutely need it. It's everything. Did you eat some of Bobby's mushrooms? No, I was supposed to go with him to Kopangan a couple days ago. So this is the whole thing. We're supposed to go to Kopangan at the end of the month, but like just a lot of things basically kept happening one after another, which was putting it off. So I had to make a decision for myself. So I decided to stay in Bangkok. I think he's in Kopangan now. But I feel like that's where you do the mushroom stuff and all that stuff. But it would have been nice to try it, man. I'm always open to give things a try as long as it comes from Mother Nature. No pharmaceutical stuff, but yeah. So no, didn't do it. Haven't done it yet. Maybe one day. Let's see. Were you always a bodybuilder? I did powerlifting when I was in high school for like one season, but I love to train heavy and hard. So like I kind of mix in a little bit of both with my training. So I do like a little powerlifting, a little bodybuilding. It's like power building. That's my style. It's nice. Lady boys are scary, dude. Absolutely. All right, man. If I were single here, I would like. This is just funny, dude. Like, because you never know, dude. Some of these lady boys are like, they look like real legit women, and they even have like, just fucking high pitched voices and stuff. It's scary, dude. Now, of course, like, yeah, it's scary, bro. It's scary. I would, yeah, it's just it's weird stuff, man. Honestly, like, it really blows my mind how it is out here with this stuff, dude. Because in the States, you have, of course, there's trans people everywhere, but over here, it's like it's on a no whole nother level, man. It's crazy. I'm honestly curious. So if you're a Thai, if you know anyone that knows anything about Thai, like I'm honestly curious about why this has become a thing out here with the lady boys, man. All right, where we at? Where we at? Uh, you asked because his father, he has an office in Shanghai. He's always coming back sick. He doesn't take care of himself. Yeah, man. If you don't take care of yourself, dude, and you're flying often, of course, it's gonna happen because you're gonna put your immune system, in a compromised position. Um, am I anti-vegan, plant-based? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not even close. If anyone wants to be vegan, they can be vegan. The one thing I don't agree with is that I don't think that everyone should be vegan. There's medical reasons why everyone shouldn't be vegan. Um, but everyone has a choice. It even says it in the Bible, man. If the man wants to eat plants, only plants, then you shouldn't judge him. And if a man wants to eat meat, then you shouldn't judge him either. It's that simple. Don't judge anybody for what they choose to do, but just you cannot force, because once you start forcing things on people, you start forcing your ideology, then it's become a religion, and then it becomes a problem. You know, do I think that the farming practices and stuff that that we have are necessarily the best? Absolutely not. I think if we are able to bring things back to how they used to be, where you have family farms, actual people like running this stuff as opposed to corporate entities that essentially are creating a lot of the problems within the world. Because here's the thing, guys, you have these corporate bodies that are strictly focusing on money only, right? So it works off profit, and they're the ones destroying the world, right? So these people, the same people that are destroying the world, are the ones that are coming up with the quote unquote solutions for everything. And it's just like it's a catch 22. You don't win. And it's a problem for everybody, So they're the ones, creating this whole dilemma when it comes to like this foods and making them sick and all this stuff, which, yeah, that's my opinion. But I'm definitely not anti-vegan. I feel like a majority plant-based diet is 100% healthy. 100%, dude. Yeah, I don't roll that way. Psychedelics are great. Just make sure you're in a comfortable place with people you trust. 100%. That is definitely what I intend to have if I ever indulge in psychedelics. One of my favorite YouTubers who went to the chiropractor educating later. Yeah, man. I got to do more with Amy, dude. Amy's amazing. She is amazing. Did you ever get injured lifting? Or what are something to not get injured? So I hurt my shoulder doing some heavy. See, anytime I did an ego lift, I would hurt something. So I hurt my shoulder benching 200-pound dumbbells. This was at Destination Dallas, by the way. Man, I couldn't train chest or shoulders for like 8 weeks straight. Yeah. Don't ego lift. Work within what your body is giving you and build from there. Because here's the thing, as you go, your body will continue to progress. Your strength will progress. You will get better. Your muscle maturity will continue to get better. All these things will improve, but you have to work within your limits. That's why proper programming is key, because when you work through a proper program, then you're not going to overstep those boundaries. You're not going to put yourself at risk. Of course, just lifting in general is going to be a risk, but if you're doing things right, you're more than likely not going to let that happen. But I never, that was the only time I ever actually got injured lifting. The rest of the other injuries were just, the sprinting and then the falling off the motorbike. Yeah. Have I ever thought about joining the military? It crossed my mind one time. So this is actually a funny story. Um, it was after I was done with college, because I just, I didn't know what to do with my life or anything. And I I remember having this conversation with my dad. I was like, Dad, I think I'm gonna join the Air Force. So my dad, growing up, he didn't care for me to do bodybuilding. He didn't care for, he always told me, go get a real job. See, bodybuilding has allowed me to do what I'm doing now, which he completely understands and appreciates now. But at that time, when I was younger, he was like, go get a real job, go do this. And I was like, man, I was so confused. So I thought about joining the Air Force. And the fact that my dad was so happy about it and was like, yeah, man, I'm going to take you to the recruiter, and we're gonna make sure that you get the best deal. He was so, yeah, he's so ecstatic. I was like, never mind, I don't think so, this is not for me. So that was the moment that I just said, no, I'm not gonna do this. um let's see, ladyboy, a cultural thing. um yeah, honestly, I think so. Now it is, man. And the fact that, with social media, the age of social media, um these guys, gals, they can essentially be pushed on another level. You have, like, some of the trans that are basically being pushed as the most beautiful woman in the world. I feel like it's very confusing and weird, but this is just my opinion, man. Again, lady boys can do whatever they want. If you want to be a lady, man, go for it. Do your makeup, grow your hair out, do all that kind of shit. But yeah, I feel like it's definitely kind of weird to me. Did I find a barber out here? 100%, man. My barber is legit. He fades me up nice. And my haircuts are only like 400 baht, which is like $12. Bro. And I get a face massage. They wash my hair, put the wax in my hair, make sure everything is right, do my beard, everything for 12 bucks. I love it. Has the diet shift made you interested in hunting? Even before then, before I ever went vegan, I was actually very interested in hunting. I would definitely, if I'm going to continue down this path whenever I get back home, absolutely. I have friends. I don't know if you are familiar with my friend David Mann. He is his parents. His mother is a gospel singer. But anyways, they go hunting often. He's invited me a couple times in the past. So yeah, next time maybe I can even get a GoPro and and film it. But that would definitely upset some people. Too liberal over there. Confused individuals that have the freedom to change their gender is coming this way. That's for certain. Absolutely. Um, I agree with you there. But I also agree with people having the choice to do whatever they want. But yeah, it's just, the whole ladyboy thing, just, it blows my mind, man. It's crazy. It's huge. Like, it's really huge, man. Yeah, it's mind blowing, dude. So if you ever come to Thailand, especially Bangkok or Pattaya, you're gonna see a lot of lady boys, man. So just be aware of that. It'll definitely yeah, be crazy. Do I still have mad shoes? I've been slowly giving them away, or not. I'm not giving away, but selling them. So I probably have about 20 pairs left. At one point, I had over 200 pairs of shoes, so they're almost gone. Thank God. That's also been funding my trip a little bit, because I got a friend back home that sells my shoes for me. Um, you want to convert to vegan because they be pumping mad hormones in the meats. It's sketchy. Um, okay, if then buy hormone free, antibiotic free, organic, meats, or you can go vegan. You can do whatever you want, but if the meats are the thing that scare you, then get a higher quality meat. Um, yeah, make sure the meats that you consume are living happy lives, good lives. They're doing their thing. Amy seems pretty strong to handle all that muscle. Your reactions were funny. Oh, dude, she's amazing, bro. Yeah. What is the best program to go with, as you mentioned, with proper program? It can vary. It can vary. It can be a total body split. It can be an upper body, lower body split. It can be a push pull leg split. Um, I have a push pull leg split that's on my website. It's what I'm currently running right now. I have another one that I've basically written up, and I'll have it posted. I really like it because it allows me to train all of my body parts twice a week. because the key, if you want to put on muscle, man, you have to be able to essentially engage in some sort of training as often as possible. But when you do this, you have to learn how to limit yourself within each one of the workouts. That's also the key. You can't overdo it. This is why I say you can't go to failure. Because when you're pushing your body to failure, then you're limiting your ability to be able to train, because it's going to limit your recouping time, or it's going to actually extend it. So you have to learn how to, again, to train properly. That's definitely the key. I'm about to go off your vegan diet of 10 years to be a better bodybuilder. Any suggestions? I mean, there's plenty of videos. Like, one of my most popular videos on YouTube is me cooking some food and meal prepping. Just type in Jonathan Irizarry meal prep; it'll come up. That'll give you some suggestions. Did I see the strongman competition? The dude, the mountain, broke his world record. Yeah, it was insane. It was crazy, and he almost got 1,100 pounds. It's absolutely insane. Zach, I hope you're able to return to veganism. Maybe. I mean, if, like, here's the thing, man. I'm never gonna label myself a vegan. I will definitely go with the plant-based diet in the future, because I like to test things, and I'm gonna test how it works. The first time I did it, it didn't work so well. So I'm gonna, do these tests, document them, show the real truth, no bias whatsoever. Because once you wear a label, then now you become biased, towards that particular entity or whatever. So, I don't want labels, man. Like, I don't even know how I got to that point to where I labeled myself to begin with, because I never fully intended. But it's like, once you immerse yourself in that culture, then it's like, it became a part of me for that bit. But honestly, I'm glad to be where I'm at now, man, because I can live freely. I can, enjoy life, as it is, and I can just spit facts nutritionally. That's my thing, is like to talk about nutrition and be 100% factual and not be biased whatsoever. Did I have strict parents? My mother was amazing. My dad was strict. He was super strict. But my mom was like super dope, man. I love, like, she was like the most open. Like, if it wasn't for my mom, I probably wouldn't be who I am today. If I was being strictly raised by my dad, I probably would have been in the military, or I probably would have just hated life. I don't know. But my dad is super cool now. Like, just growing up, man. Yeah. And my dad was so strict that, it was one of those situations where you almost like resent them in a sense. But, I'm glad he was the way he was, because, it really instilled a lot of discipline in me. It made me not get into trouble and stuff, like, yeah, every parent has their way of teaching their child. And, yeah, man, that was just his way. That was the only way he knew. So it's not like I can blame him. But yeah, I'm thankful. I'm always grateful. Let's see. I was in Bangkok over the summer. Shocked to see so many ladyboys. Absolutely, man. It's rampant, dude. Do I have a skincare routine? No, my skin is just naturally nice. I just make sure that I clean it. Like, if I sweat a lot, I have some products that I use that, are able to cleanse them pretty well. But for the most part, man, I've been blessed to have some decent skin. Especially compared to Vietnam, as far as, like, yeah, I haven't been to Vietnam, and I'd love to go to Vietnam. That's the goal. That's the goal. It's super cheap over there too. There's a lot of haircut places in the Southeast Asia. That's still a good deal for sure. If you're into a fitness lifestyle, do you think your significant other should be as well? For me personally, I would definitely want for my spouse or my significant other to be physically fit to train. It's something that's what attracted me to Anne, was the fact that we could go to the gym together and work out. Because I love to push her. It's something that I love to do with my significant other. But that's just how I feel. I know that some people don't. They're not going to be that way. But I love that I love that feeling. I love being, in the gym with her and stuff. So for me, it works. For me, I like it. Let's see. My height and weight. I'm 5'8.5", and I currently weigh about 248 pounds. How long have I been in Bangkok? I've been here for about 2 months. I'm lucky to have zero digestive issues with plant foods, trying to minimize my cancer risk. Dude, 100%, man. I think that's great. Honestly, like I said, I have no bias whatsoever towards anyone doing whatever they feel is best for them. You know, one thing that I did notice was the longer that I was on the plant-based diet, for some reason, like I just wasn't feeling myself. Like I didn't, and that's the one thing that I noticed once I did reincorporate some sort of animal foods into my diet was that I started to feel a different feeling. Like, like during the whole time when I was prepping, man, like I felt so weak and just so many different things that like was playing through my mind, but I really couldn't describe it because I just didn't know what the problem was, and it's like when that's going on in your head, you really don't know how to talk about this. You don't know how to express yourself, you know. Like it was very difficult. So it's like once I did and I lost basically being scared to eat, normal human food. And then I realized, fuck, the food makes a huge difference. So for some people, you can thrive eating a specific way and doing your thing, right? But I just, it made me realize that it's like everyone is going to be different in these ways for sure. Where can you find my split? I'm making these videos, so I have I think two or three out, and then I'm gonna finish the last ones. I just gotta keep. I gotta do some voiceovers for it. Because the gym was so loud that it was hard for me to be able to communicate like the things that I wanted to communicate. What is the optimal diet for people who suffer from IBS? Good question. I would probably avoid consuming lots of insoluble fibers because they're definitely going to create some sort of gut issues. Um, Man, you know, that's, yeah, I would definitely stay away from that. Anything that's going to be highly inflammatory. So, inflammatory foods you want to kind of stay away from. Cody, just dude, go on my website and then click the questionnaire tab. You know, tell me who you are, and then I'll talk to you from there. I think that'll be the easiest way. I'm congested because I had a cold like a few days ago. It's like finally starting to go away. I talked about this earlier. It's just because like there was days where I just couldn't sleep. Like I had like 3 or 4 days. I was up all day, and then I was waking up super duper early, and I was only getting like 3 to 4 hours sleep. And on that fourth day, I just had a cold. I call it exhaustion sickness. I just got too tired because I was training every single day as well. I think what was happening was I was training too late and it was keeping me up. Um, so yeah, but it's going away. It's going away. Do you think your size will be a negative for your health as you get older? I am sure. I'm sure being my size is not the best thing for my health. And I don't intend to be this big for the rest of my life. Would I shrink? So I stayed off like gear for an extended period of time, and not only like I still stayed relatively like decent size. Like I would probably have to stop working out fully and just do nothing for a while for me to be able to shrink as much as I can. Um, that's what my friend did, by the way. He stopped working out for 6 months and he was able to pull off at least like 20, 30 pounds. Let's see. Cody, what am I passionate about? I am passionate about health and fitness. I am passionate about helping people be their best selves. I'm passionate about yeah, that's really what I'm really passionate about. I'm passionate about training, just being like pushing myself, pushing my boundaries and, and just seeing you know, what humans are can do, and then of course just helping people lose weight. And yeah, like I just love it, man. I love people helping people get in shape. And, I'm glad that I found this, when I was 20, and started helping people then. And I've been doing this for a long time and it's been amazing. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Let's see. I understand in my experience, animal foods had no benefits to your health. Man, like I said, some people are going to have these experiences, some people are not. I've seen like, as a vegan, you want to, you just want to discount these people as saying they didn't do it right and this and that. But I've seen a lot of people that have a very, very good sound diet. And yeah, the opposite was true. So I really feel like it truly depends on that individual. I also feel that, where they're from also plays a role. Their genetic background and what their ancestors ate. I feel like also plays a huge role in how people respond to nutrition. Bet having other foreigners as friends would make living in Thailand feel more like home. Yeah, I have some friends out here. Thank God, the first trip that I was out here, this was in 2014 and 15. I met some people, and I still communicate with them today. They're extremely busy. They have their own businesses and stuff, so I don't talk to them often. But whenever I do, I love it. I have my other Asian friend, Ball. I train with them occasionally, but I've been making more friends. The more days I've been out here. Yeah, they're just a lot of great people, man. The language barrier is definitely kind of hard at sometimes if you don't have people around you that speak English. But for the most part, it's great. Let's see the questions. Go to Vietnam, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I have to go towards the end of the month. That's my key. So, is it Justin? What's going on, brother? Let's see. Do you think it's possible mentally feeling has to do with the creatine consumption via meat? Do you take creatine? I haven't at all since going vegan plant-based 2 years ago. I did run it for a little bit. It did make a difference because I was dealing with like some brain fog issues. Man, it was crazy, man. Like it was so much. And of course, I can open, and this is why I'm doing these talks now because it allows me to just talk freely and speak from the heart and just be 100% honest with it. Because when I was making my videos and stuff, man, like again, if I have like a 20-minute time frame with my camera, it just makes it so hard for me to record. And I'm much better just freestyling things. But I was dealing with a lot of things, man, like brain fog and weakness in the gym. The weakness in the gym was like I just couldn't pinpoint it. I was like, what the hell? Why is it that like certain people are outlifting me? This is not okay. People that shouldn't be outlifting me. Um, it was insane, dude. So yeah, it just made a huge difference, bro. It's just, and this is just me being 100% honest. I know certain people hate to hear this, man, but it's like, I'm just gonna be truthful. I will go back to doing a plant-based diet just to see how I feel once again, and just and start understanding the differences. Because I'm a person that I love to test things out and find out the truth for myself. Because that's just how I am. Let's see. But I do think that creatine does definitely help. It definitely helped me whenever I was taking it. Don't you think eating a vegan diet puts you at a disadvantage when it comes to bodybuilding? 100%, man. That was the one thing that I noticed. There's definitely has to be a way to be able to. You have to. I really feel like you have to take some like EAAs or BCAAs to be able to essentially. I'm not going to say complete those proteins, but you do need the extra leucine and stuff. So here's the thing, man. Like, the information that the plant-based community will put out is like, for example, like, what is it, Dr. Esselstyn, or I forget who it was, but with the China study, essentially they were talking about the leucine content within the protein, essentially stimulating more cancer growth. But see, at the same time, that's what allows for your muscles to grow is the leucine content. Yeah, man. So it's like it just depends on, yeah, it depends on what the goal is and everything. But I feel like it can be a slight disadvantage for sure. My body didn't respond the same way whatsoever. And once again, this is just me being 100% honest with the situation. I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to myself anymore. So I'm going to see the difference. I'm going to see the difference again. Let's see. Anything in life that you regret, wish you can go back and change? If I were to go back in time, I would probably not use steroids. Not that I have anything against it, but I really feel like, if I were to do it over again, I wouldn't do it. I would just be the best version of myself without it. And yeah, and just like inspire people in that way. But it was just at that time where, I was young. And of course, I have Ronnie Coleman that literally lives like down the street from me. He lives like 10 minutes away. And like, I'm not gonna say I idolized him, but he was like, yeah, man, when you have the king that lives down the street, it's like I wanted to take his place. So it's like I'm always that kind of individual that will do whatever it takes to win. And that's what it took to be able to be at that level. And of course, if my body didn't respond well to it, or if I wasn't going to be a decent bodybuilder, I probably would have never continued. But the fact that, I know that I could be one of the best in the world is what allowed me. It just told me to keep going. but I've battled this like over the years, honestly. Like I've gone back and forth with it in my mind, which is why you'll see me come and go often. Because sometimes I'm like, nah, and then I'm like, all right, let's do it. But yeah, I probably wouldn't do it. But other than that, I have no other regret. Like I have no regrets, man. None. Like doing these things teaches me a lot. It's taught me so many different lessons. It's taught me a lot about myself, who I am as a person. Yeah, so many things, guys. So many things. Doo-doo-doo. But the thing is that steroids is a part of bodybuilding. It is what it is. There's no way around it. Yeah, if you're gonna try to be the best, it's what, like, at this level, not natural bodybuilding, but at this level, it is what it is. Let's see. Which means anything in life, okay, there is not an end all be all approach to nutrition. It all is affects your body chemistry, although 99% of our DNA is the same. Yeah. Be your own experiment, man. Figure it out, trial and error. Absolutely. That's the way it is. It's always trial and error for me. No one can tell me anything. We have these scientific studies and stuff, but the truth will always lie in your own experiences. Plant protein just isn't the same bioavailability compared to protein in animals. That is true. 100% true. That is undeniable fact. Would you consider getting a blood panel test so you can go about it the correct way? When I actually did get a blood panel test and my blood work came back fine. My cholesterol levels were great. The only thing that was off was my T3, T4, which were low, which I feel like because of the high soy consumption, it didn't help because it essentially blocks your ability to be able to absorb iodine. Um, so I think that was one of the things. Being able to cut that out would definitely help out my thyroid, because I never had like a thyroid issue in the past. So, but everything else came back great. Which, matter of fact, I'm gonna record a video and break that down for you guys. Let's see. What made me jump on gear? Man, it was just after I did the teen nationals, um, I just realized there's a whole nother level to this. And that was the reality of it. And if I wanted to be good at that level, that's what I had to do. And that was essentially what happened. Being in a caloric surplus is definitely going to be a problem for you now. That's for certain. Levant, how is being in a caloric surplus going to be a problem for me? Explain. Rooster, respects. Thank you, my friend. In my opinion, plant-based diet only works long-term for athletes if their guts can handle legumes and lentils and soy. 100%. You have to be able to handle the insoluble fibers. If not, it's going to cause a problem because you'll have a lot of issues. Like I had diarrhea out of this world, and it was only because I was eating those high insoluble fiber foods. But I really feel, man, if I was able to, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Justin, you're real as fuck, man. I try to be real, dude. I'm not a liar. You know, it's just, yeah. I like to be honest, open and honest, and open book with you guys. This is how I feel like everyone should be. Are cable pushdowns and skull crushers fluff movements for triceps? Nah, man. Skull crushers are freaking a good builder. Same with like closed grip bench press. Um, Dips, are always going to be a major key into a tricep movement. But cable pushdowns, nah, man. Like I really feel like they're a good like intro exercise pre-exhaust, or they can really like basically be a good finisher too, just to kind of ease the joints and really allow you to like just really crush that body, the triceps, like very well. How did I meet Nick? It might have been like 2 years ago. But we met through a mutual friend, actually my friend Daniel over in Denmark, because my sister has a company called Skinny Cheesecakes. They're basically healthier versions of cheesecakes. If you guys would like to see them, you can go to skinnycheesecakes.com and go check them out, or check out the Instagram Skinny Cheesecakes on IG, so you can see for yourself. But anyways, we just, I hit him up. I was like, hey man, ship you some cheesecakes. Let me know what you think. And then from there, we just like, we really talked and really kicked it off. Like, we just, yeah, and he's just a really, really fucking cool dude. Super cool guy. I love that guy, man. He's been a homie ever since. But that's how we started talking. Natural lifter, but have really bad bicep genetics. Any tips? Man, train them. Like, so I would train them twice a week. So do them with your back day and then have a separate arm day. Make sure you're just like you have a good, strong mind to muscle connection. That to me is the key for hypertrophy, to building muscle. Um, Work different ways of training. So go try, 10 to 12 reps and then try like high reps, but get a good feel within the muscle, especially biceps, man. I really feel like the biceps you can really have a good mind to muscle connection because you can see the muscle and just yeah. But I feel like I think that would help a lot. I didn't misread it. Oh, oh, I'm definitely not gonna have issues. Okay. My bad. Yeah, no, no, not at all. Any negative effects from using steroids? Sure. If you abuse it, absolutely. Absolutely. You're gonna have like severe water retention at some points. It can cause a lot of issues. That's why there's definitely better ways to use it. But at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's all a personal experience. But there's definitely gonna be some uh some negative effects if you overdo it. You seem so chill and down to earth, able to handle almost any situation. I appreciate it, man. I try, man. You know, I feel like my life has given me lots of experiences and yeah, a little bit of wisdom. At least I hope I feel that way. Have I ever tried keto? I did. I tried keto for a short bit. I didn't really like it. The one thing I have against keto is that, when you follow a high fat diet with no carbohydrates, it essentially causes insulin resistance within the body. So once you start consuming carbohydrates again, it's going to really, really mess with your blood sugar. Which again, I don't really feel is that beneficial. For me personally, my body responds very well to a much lower fat intake and a much higher carb intake. So I can play with the protein intake according to my goals, but as long as I keep my fats at a relatively decent level, so like maybe 15 to 20% of my daily intake, that works well for me. And that's one thing that I notice is that if I go too high in fat, my body I won't be able to drop body fat. Any deadlifts worth doing? Hell yeah, you should do deadlifts, man. Deadlifts are amazing. Always do them. Try to incorporate them at least once a week or every other week for sure. But master the deadlift, bro. They'll help you out a lot. Is it better to keep your inner circles or your circle small? I think so. Um, Social media is what I allow myself to, expand myself greater. But as far as like the people around me, for sure, man. Because I mean, there's not going to be that many people that are going to be able to really get to know you on a deeper level. Um, yeah, but that's just my opinion. It's how I see things. Young Roly, what's up, Jonathan? Long time no see, for sure. Have I ever visited Puerto Rico? I've only gone when I was a kid. So my goal is to go again at some point, but I want to make sure that I go with my mother because my mom is the one that has all the family out there. She's the one that knows everyone. So I'm thinking maybe after this show that I do this summer, we'll go. So like maybe in August, we'll go to Puerto Rico for my birthday. I think that sounds like a plan. But I definitely need to go out there, man. It's just I almost went for a buddy of mine's wedding, but and then we had that hurricane, so it kept me from going. How do I stay so disciplined and motivated to work out, eat healthy for such a long period of time? It's because it is a lifestyle. It is a lifestyle that I've created for myself. Here's the thing. I'm extremely in tune with my body. So I know how my body feels, for the most part, especially when I'm consuming good and bad food. So for anyone to say that there's no such thing as bad food is just silly. Bad food does exist and you'll feel it. So when you consume good, healthy, clean, quality nutrition, you'll feel that difference. So once you go back to eating junk, it'll be like you got hit by a train. It's a disgusting feeling. So, that's what motivates me to continue to eat healthy and to be healthy in that manner. And as far as working out, bro, like working out is just it's my life, dude. I fucking love that shit, man. Like if I couldn't train, bro, like I would figure out another way to train. Whether it be like calisthenics and different things like that. But I love to work out. It's just my passion, So, and I think that if let's say for now, because you're probably asking me, because it's probably not so, get started, build a new habit. That's why if there's anything I like to label myself as a lifestyle coach, because I like to work with people and help them build a new lifestyle and get them to essentially recreate themselves in a much more positive way. Getting the most out of themselves and allowing that to be a part of their life, because we need to be physically active in our lifetimes to be able to be our best selves in order to be able to live a good, long, healthy life. You have to be physically fit. And yeah, man. But it's just a beautiful feeling, to be able to push myself. Before I did bodybuilding, man, I played tennis and I was very active in tennis. I played football prior to that, and I was extremely active in football. As a kid, I was always outside playing different sports and doing different things. And yeah, so it's just been instilled in me since the beginning. You definitely have to strive for greatness. My Spanish is not the greatest, definitely not Dominican. But I do speak Spanish. I only speak to like my family though. That's one thing that's why another reason why I want to go to Puerto Rico and just stay there, because that way I can just like really master my Spanish. It's just, growing up, man, it's just being in the school system and stuff and only speaking English for a long time, is like I really ended up forgetting a lot of my Spanish, but we'll work on it. I'm gonna get it back. Let's see. Have I ever tried laughing gas on Calstone Road? No. No, maybe I should. I also think that's quite scary. Do I still lift with Han or any guys at Metroflex? Yeah, I mean, I meet up with Han all the time. Like back when I'm at home, I see him probably like twice a month or so. Han is a great dude, super chill guy. You might think he's weird, but I think he's pretty chill. He's Han is just Han. That's just him. Like, he has his family now. He has his girl. He has his little baby girl. Yeah, so those are his priorities now, man. And I believe he just started up like a CBD company. He's been working on one or something like that. But yeah, dude, Han is just Han, man. But he's a good fucking dude, man. I love that guy. I have the utmost respect for him because and the one good thing about Han, man, is that he'll take care of those people that are close to him too. He's a really, really good dude. Do I like cars? I do like cars, but not like Han does. Han is like a car fanatic. I like cars, but yeah, maybe if I'm like super rich, I might become a car person. But since that's not my mindset right now, not so much. But I do like a good car. I don't know if Han is rich. I don't know his financial situation. Um, let's see what else you guys got. Ice One Cube. I haven't seen him in a while, man. I think he moved back to California. But he's also a really chill guy. It's like the whole gang, man. They all like back in the day when I had my Camaro, the SS. Like, dude, we would go out and ride. It was a lot of fun. What happened to Cody Montgomery? He's just doing his thing. He lives in Florida now. He's got a baby. I'm sure if you follow him on social media, he's pretty active. Um, but I don't really talk to him so often. It would be nice if I heard from him, more. I would definitely like to get some workouts with him whenever I get back to the States. Another person I want to work out with is the Boogeyman. I think he would be super dope to get with. He's a beast. Am I into guns? Not really, but I met this guy out here. His name is Creed McCasselson or something like that, and he's an ex Ranger. Dude is a beast.
And he was talking to me about guns the other day, and I figured I would do a video with him, just like, yeah, discussing this exact topic. And dude, because he's on a next level, total next level when it comes to this stuff. Do I play video games? Occasionally. I have every system available back home, but I just don't play so often. It has to be a game that appeals to me. So like things like Tomb Raider, things with a good storyline, I love to play, and that way I can finish the whole thing, and then I just stop, get back to doing my own thing. You guys have more comments, man, or questions, man? Hit me up. Are my comments not showing up, Mason? I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. Do I prefer full body training, bro splits, upper lower split? So the bro split is something that I've been used to. It is something that I just do often. I followed an upper lower split for a short bit, but yeah, I think when I get older, I'll end up resorting to more of a full body or an upper lower split. But I like the bro split and just working my body parts in that manner. So that's what I truly prefer in the moment. I apologize, man. I didn't see your last question. What do you think of people having embarrassing moments? I think it's normal, man. I just think that we all have our own embarrassing moments, and hopefully we can like laugh at them, and we can all laugh at them, and just be like, okay, time to move on. Do I watch bro anime? Come on, man. Dragon Ball Z all day, baby. Now, as far as other anime, I'm not too sure. I really don't know so much about other anime, but Dragon Ball Z has been that was like that's my day one anime cartoon right there. Let's see. Thoughts on Raymond Querido? He's another homie, super chill guy. I love that guy. Matter of fact, I still have to go to his gym whenever I get out to Cali. What is my age? I am 29 years old. I'll be 30 August 29th. My favorite bodybuilding meal. My favorite bodybuilding meal. To be honest, man, I like everything, dude. I just love food. Anything with rice and beans in it. So any protein source with rice sounds amazing. What's worse, to get it and lose it, or to never getting it at all? Just speaking about anything in general, get it and lose it. I would say never getting it at all, right? Because and then you never have that satisfaction of knowing what the top feels like, right? Because if you get it, at least, at some point, someone's going to have to take you down. It's impossible to be able to stay at the top forever, but never getting it at all is yeah. So if you're speaking in regards to me getting my pro card, I know that's probably not what you're referring to, but yeah, I can use that as my and getting older and becoming more wiser is that you become wiser with your experiences. You can either allow your experiences to teach you things, or you can continue to drown yourself within them and basically learn nothing at all. So yeah, that would be the one thing that I would do is just, stay at it, be a little bit, more hungry, and not let different things like kind of ruin my drive in a sense. Let's see. You made quinoa for the first time yesterday. Super easy, totally new for me. Yeah, quinoa's great. Great food to eat. Also high in protein, has a complete protein source. Lots of fiber. It's a good carbohydrate. I've heard a lot of opinions lately with soy and how it's bad, particularly for men. I made a post on Instagram that shows that, eating soy every day won't necessarily like do anything to your hormonal levels in any negative way whatsoever. I think you would have to eat like 400 pounds of that stuff in order for it to be a problem. So at the end of the day, consuming soy is a personal thing. You either like it or you don't. I actually think soy like tofu actually tastes pretty good. And I do consume it. I like it. If you can air fry it, it's probably one of the better ways to do it. Or just bake it, pan fry it. Yeah, but it tastes good. You season it the right way, it's amazing. Thailand power outage when the lady boys hack your internet. I didn't know that there was a power outage out here. I haven't experienced one. Internet went out for you, or you guys might be talking. Oh, maybe it's like for me, it's lagging. I guess this is what you guys are saying. I guess it got disconnected. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know. Shit. So was I talking to myself for a while? No wonder I had some people log off. My bad. What was the last thing you guys heard? Because I was legit talking there for a minute. Cool. Tofu and tempeh, they're both great. Am I completely vegan again or switching back and forth? Man, here's the thing. For me to be the best bodybuilder that I can be in Thailand, I can't be vegan, man. It's impossible. The only protein source that I can have is tofu. I'd basically have to just be consuming protein powder all day, because whenever I eat enough protein out of beans and lentils, um, like I was just, man, I was having a hard time like being able to keep my digestion on point. And the diarrhea was just next level. So like these, you see those two pans right there? Like I had to go buy one of these, but my place, the apartment here, I only had one pan to cook with. So it was difficult to be able to do a lot of things. And I was stressing out. It was causing me a lot of stress, and it was just things that to be honest, for me to stress makes things even worse. It makes your health even not as good. So I had to make that decision, man, just to do that. And but whenever I get back home, I'll play with it a little bit. I'm not opposed to doing anything. I have because I like to be able to speak the truth and show you guys what the truth is and how these things at least affect me so that you guys can figure out how it would work for you guys. Yeah. John, you're a genuine dude. Thank you, Cody. I really appreciate that, brother. 11th. It was only a 60-second. Okay, cool. So it wasn't too long, but yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was crazy, man, because it still showed that it was still running. So maybe if we go back to it, it'll show what I was saying. Let's see. What type of foods do I eat out here? I've been cooking my own stuff. I've been doing like y'all want me to be 100% honest. I've been eating a lot of egg whites. My fat sources have been eggs. Just doing a couple yolks a day. I'll do oatmeal, bananas. I'll eat mangoes, strawberries. I have apples, grapes, different fruits. I love fruits, guys. I love fruits. Um, so I'll also do like some ground chicken tenderloin, mix that up with the eggs, and just so I can get some high protein sources, low fat versions. And that's been pretty much it. I've been keeping it super simple out here, and like I said, I'll make these videos talking about this stuff. What are daily subs back in the States, such as vitamins? So I would use let's see, Ambrosia. I use all their products, man. Really, really good stuff. Good health products they have. Um, and then of course I was taking a B12, like a B12 like shot, just a little spray. Excuse me. So I would use that. Um, I was taking like curcumin as well, which is like an anti-inflammatory. Great, 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 great supplement. Um, I kept things pretty minimal though, man. It was only a few things. Citrulline malate. I would use BCA powder um, and an electrolyte powder. So I would mix all these with some creatine into and make my own little pre-workout. And so that would be my little concoction. I actually made a video on this. Did you have a homie in Thailand or did you wing it? I have some homies out here, but I've been winging it, man, because they're so busy that I don't get to talk to them so often. Like I'll meet up with Bobby, for example, Bobby's Perspective. I'll meet up with him like maybe once a week. That's kind of what it's been. And then my other friends, I saw them one time when I first got here, and then I haven't seen them since. I reach out to them, often though to see what's up because it's nice to be able to, to be able to communicate with other people that speak English. Because when you're in a foreign country, and here's the thing, this is the beauty about being in a foreign country, but it also is like a negative sometimes because it's like everyone speaks a different language. So I'm able to just drown out all the sounds, all the stuff. I can't understand what anyone's saying. So none of that stuff affects me. And then, um, but whenever I want to be able to communicate with someone, I need to have someone that speaks English and be able to basically just talk to and engage with in person. Doing engaging online is nothing compared to being able to engage with people in person. And because yeah, so that's what I've been doing actually. It's why I haven't really been posting so much. Is this I've been wanting to engage more with people and stay offline a little bit more. Turmeric is curcumin, yes. I heard the bananas taste like vanilla. Oh, dude, the bananas out here are next level. I have some on top of the fridge somewhere. They're amazing. Super creamy. I love them. Really good. Did I have any pets growing up? I had a pet for a short period, maybe for like a year. It was a dog. And but that didn't, my dad he didn't really care for pets. He has an allergy, so we had to get rid of him after a little while. We gave him to like a family friend. But yeah, it was a short period, but that was it. I would definitely love a nice little puppy whenever I decide to settle down somewhere. Cody, I'm excited to see you go to Vietnam for sure, bro. And I'm definitely going to record my trip out there too. It'll only be like maybe 2, maximum 3 days, but I'm definitely going to record it, and I'm excited. Caramel, vanilla, just they're creamy, bro. The bananas are creamy. How do I choose a cell service? So basically, when you get to the airport, there's gonna have like different stands and stuff for your cell phones, especially if you have what do you say, like a cell phone that's basically not bound to any sort of whatever and unlocked. Sorry, I don't know why that word couldn't come out. You go to the stand, you get a SIM card, and you just buy a certain amount of time or amount of gigabytes, and then once that runs out, you can basically just top up. I What type of music do I listen to? I listen to everything, man. I like it depends on what it is that it depends on my mood, right? So like if I'm in like a real like uppity mood in the gym, then maybe I'll listen to like some like house music and stuff. If I'm in like fucking grind mode in the gym, then I'm gonna listen to some hip hop, like some real hardcore hip hop and just, really, when I'm in my like best version though, man, like hip hop is my go-to for sure. Um, I like R&B though, man. If I'm in a real calm, laid back mood, I'll listen to some R&B music. So it just depends, but I like music. I just don't like country. Country is the one thing I don't like. Unfortunately. Has anyone tried to scam me? I got scammed the last time I was out here, but I learned from that and I have never gotten scammed again. Everywhere I travel to, man, I make sure I learn from the locals. Do I need to do a visa run? Is that why I'm headed to Vietnam? Correct. Correct. I can see, here's the thing. I can go fly or I can take one of the buses. They have these buses. Basically, you pay like X amount, maybe like $30. They take you to the border, come back. It's a 4-hour drive. I don't want to be in the car for 8 hours in a day. So I'd rather just go fly somewhere, experience there, and come back after a few days. Just better for me. Shout out from Brooklyn. Been watching you cook chicken and rice in the kitchen. My man, that's the video I'm talking about. This probably has whew, close to 4 million views. I hate that I'm fucking stopped up right now, man. I was good yesterday. I don't know what's going on. I think it was the AC. Let's see. Definitely. But yeah, dude, Vietnam, I can't wait, dude. I've just yeah, from everyone I've spoken to has not said nothing but good things, and it's also really cheap too. That's the one good thing about being in Asia, man. It's like the cost of living down here is so little that you basically Yeah, man. It's like living like a king, bro. It's great. How did I get scammed? I just bought some stuff, man, and just like they overcharged me, of course. That's pretty much how they do it. If they know you're American, they're gonna charge you like a regular price. And me not knowing, it was still cheaper than what I would have bought something back home, but it was far more expensive than what it should have been. Is there certain dog breeds you like? I can totally see with an English bulldog. Yeah, I like an English bulldog. I was thinking maybe a blue pit. Like I just for some reason I love the blue pit. Um, yeah, I like I like a little. Those are actually the two breeds that I was thinking about. But I love the English bulldog, man. My friend has one. He's so chubby and fat and just fucking hilarious. He's just a cute little pup. But let's see. Is it a vacation? No, my life is a vacation, bro. I can travel wherever I want, do whatever I want, whenever I want, as long as I have a cell phone and a laptop to work off of. So as long as I have these things, dude, I can work wherever it is in the world. Before I left the States, I got rid of my apartment. I got rid of my car. So I don't have any huge expenses, just little things that I need to take care of every month. And yeah, that's just how I work, man. That's why I'm able to go to Denmark for, for those few months. And I'm able to stay out here for a few months. But, yeah, I do miss being back home sometimes though, man. So I definitely feel like I want to come back at some point. Yeah, they do. They do. They will try to tax you as a tourist, bro. Like, this is where you learn. I learned from that experience, though. Don't mean to sound trollish, but what do you think of the scenario? Hook up with your lady somewhere gone wrong in a humiliating way. These questions, bro, they're hilarious. I really don't know how to respond to this. Oh, hook up with your lady somewhere gone wrong in a like, in what way? Give me a scenario here. I'll answer it if you give me a proper scenario. What cheat meal do you like most? Fuck. So anyways, a cheat meal will not make you feel bad until you over consume. So like I've had a burger and I feel like I'll feel great afterward having a burger and fries. But if I had two burgers and fries, I would feel like shit. Same thing. If you eat pizza, you have a couple slices of pizza, you'll feel good. But if you have the whole pizza, you'll feel like shit. If they legalize weed in Thailand, you'd be there ASAP. Yeah, man. Seriously. But if you go to the islands, bro, apparently this is what I've been told. Like if you go to Kopangan or these other places, then they have weed and stuff everywhere. Of course, it's not legal, but it's like there's not as strict as it is over here in Bangkok. This is what I've been told from the locals. But yeah, I don't smell weed out here. But when I went to the island to Kolan, I did smell some weed, but I wasn't gonna ask. I'm not trying to end up in jail out here in Thailand. Are you a dolo out there with your chick? What does dolo mean? How did you meet your girlfriend? You seem like a great match. All right. So me and Ann, we met in Denmark. This was basically after I got a divorce. I hit up my friend Mark. I don't know if you guys know Mark. He lives in Denmark. Mark from Denmark. He was the one that I did a fitness seminar out there in Denmark with. But I hit him up, went out there for a month, and then I ended up meeting her like the second or third day that I was there. So after that, honestly, I wasn't trying to meet anybody at that point. And yeah, man, we got connected, communicated with each other, had a couple workouts, hung out. Yeah, and then and just yeah, just things just worked out, man. She came to visit me for like 6 weeks, and after that, after I left, and yeah, she's just amazing, dude. She's an amazing fucking woman, man. It's like, that, and that's the thing is that everything, and this is where I believe everything happens for a reason, because of that, because of me being married and being in a situation that wasn't necessarily ideal for me, like it gave all this time in the world for us to be able to meet at that particular point and that moment at that particular day. it's for it to be what we have today. And yeah, like I really truly feel like I've met the most perfect person for me ever. Like she's like, yeah, she's literally my perfect match. And she's such a blessing. And what's crazy is we've been together for nearly 2 years. And this is when you know you have a great relationship, a perfect relationship, guys. When you're with that person and you don't argue with them whatsoever. Like, yeah, we've had no arguments, not a single one. And this is look, we don't agree on everything either, but we don't fight. You know, other relationships in the past that I've had, it's just fighting and arguing. And I'm not the fighting type, but it's just like, it's just yeah, when you're good, man, it's just it. And that's when you know you got the right one. You stick with that person. Mark gave you the impression that he was trying to use my flame. Man, Mark is the chillest motherfucking guy ever. Nowhere ever would he ever do that kind of thing. I love Mark. Like because of Mark, I met Ann, and yeah, I love it. He's a homie. That's my brother from another mother, from another country, everything. He's my brother right there. I love Mark. Far from it. He actually had way more clout in Denmark than you could ever imagine. Like this dude was probably one of the biggest faces in fitness in Denmark. When I met him. Do I drink alcohol? Sometimes I'll have a glass of wine. Sometimes I might take, drew a mixed drink of some sort, but not often, man. Like, when I was younger, I might like do the drinking thing like every now and then, but now, dude, it's so few and far between. I might have a drink like once a year, twice a year. I don't really like to drink. I'd rather smoke weed than drink, honestly. Okay, so let's see what the scenario you've written out for me. Well, let's just say that she leaves you hanging. Literally, she runs off with your dignity and somebody sees you in an awkward moment covering your shame. Bro, where do you come up with this stuff, man? I really want to know is like, how do you come up with these scenarios in your mind? It's funny. It's really crazy, bro. I don't even know how to answer these things, man. But yeah, I was married, dude. I was married for a year. I learned from it. It is what it is. You know, I don't know. I really don't know what else to say about that. I might talk about it in depth one day. It's something that I haven't really talked about much. How much time between meeting my new girl or meeting Anne and my divorce? It was not that long, dude. And that's why I says like I wasn't really looking to find a relationship. Matter of fact, it was the last thing on my mind. But it's like when you find someone so amazing that you essentially just, yeah, man. Yeah, it's like how can you deny that? And that's essentially what happened is just you couldn't deny. I couldn't deny it. And it's just like, she's amazing, dude. I fucking love her. Dude, the best relationships when you ain't looking. Just every time. Uh what's up, John? Really enjoyed the Q&A with Bart. Some good info. What are your thoughts about people going vegan, carnivore? Do you think they should spend more time learning more? Here's the thing, man. You can learn through your experiences, and that's where I feel is the best way. Is like experiences are your best teacher. So, like the one thing I would say is that in order to be on a vegan diet long term, then you definitely need to learn how to plan it properly. There's definitely a lot more that goes into it than you would like to. Like not you would like to, but that people don't really talk about. We'll just put it that way. As far as carnivore, here's the thing about carnivore. You're literally, if you're eating strictly just meat, then I feel like that's just not sustainable long term. Some people can do it. More power to them. I like a more balanced approach to nutrition. I think eating, a nice, good variety of fruits and vegetables and stuff, especially fruits, man. Fruits, I believe, digest very well as opposed to like veggies, so you got fruits that have more insoluble or sorry, soluble fibers. Your body can actually digest them, process them. And for me, when I ate most fruits, I had great stools. My energy flowed well. But it was like that was it whenever I was also still consuming quite a bit of protein from some decent sources. Um, when I eat too much vegetables, and that's when, like, even now, like if I eat too many salads and stuff, like I'll end up getting diarrhea and stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like when you're really paying attention to how your body's reacting to everything, that's when you really start to know what's best for you. Do I ever want kids? Heck yeah. Yeah, I want some kids. I was thinking like 3, maybe. We'll see what Ann wants. We have this conversation often though, man. It's yeah, it's sometimes she gets baby fever. She's like, "Oh, we can have kids soon." And I'm like, but then again, I don't know." Yeah, it's a tough situation, man, because I'm what, 29. I don't want to be an old dad either. So it's like something I also think about. So probably within the next 5 years for sure. What's up, guys? Let's see. Women don't need drama, they just need a good nut, same as us men. Possibly true, my friend. Possibly true. But some of them cause drama. Like people like see if you have a person that causes drama in your life, fuck man, get away from them as soon as possible. Seriously, because it only gets worse. I got vegans triggered in a lot of my latest videos, bro. They fucking like it is what it is. And I don't want to trigger anybody, man. I just want to speak my mind and show that just talk about the truth, at least from my own perspective. I'm not trying to trigger anyone, man, but it's just like once you engulf yourself into the vegan community and you decide to move on from it, because you like, it's like any other religion. If you find that, for example, this religion no longer suits your essentially your ideology, you can switch it. Like it's like saying a Christian was never a Christian if they went to become a Muslim, or the other way around. Or if this person was a Buddhist and they found Christ, like they were never Buddhists. It's like people saying that you're vegan, you were never vegan because you decided to eat meat again. It's like, dude, you know, all these things that happen, man, is just, yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna trigger people all the way, all the time. It is what it is. At the end of the day, this is why I don't like to take sides anymore. I'm not gonna take a single side. I'm just gonna be me, gonna be my best self, and I'm gonna speak my mind and show my truth. And yeah, and that way people can choose to decide for themselves. Why did the vegan cross the road? I'm vegan and I ain't triggered. Levant. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. See, there are people that, that aren't gonna take it that way, but it's just some of them will. It's crazy. And it's not like I mean to, man, but it is what it is. It happens, man. It's What was the biggest reason as to why you decided to start eating animal foods again after being vegan 21 months? Did you feel you needed to go back? So being out, if like let's say if I wasn't out here in Thailand, I probably would not have made the decision. I probably would have not had the balls to do it. But since I was put into a scenario, for example, I did not have any protein. I was looking for some vegan protein out here, but like 500 grams, which is half a kilo, costs like $60, dude. I'm not spending $60 on freaking protein. And it was just, yeah. So I was like, and then on top of that, I was dealing with like diarrhea and stuff, like with the foods, because I was eating like what my daily food was. I would go to the salad bar, I would get edamame, like beans, of course, some salad, like beets, different stuff. I would put this like nice little salad together. I would have tofu like twice a day, and I would eat a ton of rice. Like I was probably eating like 10 cups of rice a day just to be able to make sure I was getting enough calories. But dude, I was dealing with diarrhea like crazy. So, you know, if I'm gonna be out here in Thailand for long term, I had to come up with a solution. Um, and that was basically it. It was just like, dude, I had to figure out like how do I fix this diarrhea all while still keeping up with my bodybuilding goals, because I just not gonna happen. Like last year, I experimented a lot, did these things, and I kind of put bodybuilding, even though I competed, I still put bodybuilding to the side. And I just didn't want to do that again this year. I wanted to make sure that I was just like, I was really focusing on it and being my best self. Um, so yeah, like made the decision. Honestly, I learned a lot from it because, um, excuse me, I was able to really feel the difference with the food. because I was scared for a while, man. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was wondering why I was feeling a certain way, and then it's like once you decide to eat certain foods again, it's like okay, like this was what it was crazy, bro. Like it's really hard to explain. Certain people want to say that there's nothing magical in meat and whatnot, which I agree. There's nothing magical, but you're not gonna be able to essentially make up the difference nutritionally that what's inside of like an animal food with like a mock meat, right? Because you have all these vitamins and nutrients and things that these animals essentially create for us to be able to absorb, like vitamin A, vitamin K2. Um, they also, most of them will have vitamin B12 in them as well. Like for example, liver is going to be loaded with vitamins and minerals and nutrients, different stuff that these animals are able to essentially create for us and allow us to be able to have them readily available for us. Also heme iron as well. So I really truly feel these things make a huge difference. They really do. And I would have known this because on paper everything looks great when it comes to a vegan diet, right? You type everything into Chronometer, everything looks freaking fantastic. You can match macro to macro, micro to micro, but it doesn't necessarily mean that that's actually how it's working in a real scenario. So, yeah, I hope that explains a lot of that. I feel like sometimes I go off on these tangents. Let's see. Best advice that I can give to someone, Lizard. Give me a little bit more. Give me a little bit more there, and then I can answer the question. Did you run into vegetable police? Man, I wish I would have loved to, but Bobby ended up meeting him. I think I was doing something that day that he ended up going, so I wasn't able to go. But yeah, I didn't get to meet him. But he's a character, man. I love that guy. I love his videos. What are the gyms like out there? Do they have enough weights for me? Sure. Sure. The gym that I'm training at is it's a pretty decent gym. It's like a basic setup. It has the basic stuff that I need. Nothing too crazy. It's like they'll have one leg press, two squat racks, one flat bench, one incline bench. They have dumbbells up to 100 pounds. I would definitely prefer for the dumbbells to go up higher because I love to use dumbbells more than anything, but I make things work. I'm just, I'm really good at what I do. I've been doing this for a long time. Let's see. Are people pushing the limits on pre-workout? Do you think the negative? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They're definitely pushing because it's more and more of these things are becoming more and more caffeinated. This is why I make my own pre-workout. I will use a pre-workout with caffeine occasionally, but you want to make sure that your pre-workout is properly dosed. So let's say you use citrulline, you want to at least have 6 to 8 grams of citrulline in a pre-workout. 5 grams of creatine is enough. And then you can attach that with some BCAAs, electrolyte powders, because the electrolyte is what's going to allow everything to kind of just work efficiently. I've seen a lot of YouTube guys doing the Thailand thing. What was the reason you decided to go to Thailand? Thailand is just really cheap, man. It's just, it's on the other side of the world. So when you're out here, you're able to get out and about a lot easier to these other countries and travel cheaply. Citrulline is a precursor to arginine. It actually works better than arginine. Arginine, like if you take it, it doesn't really work as a pump. But citrulline, it'll convert to arginine in the body. It works much better. It's actually been shown. It's been scientifically shown to work a lot better. Just put it that way. But just go do your own research. Just Google it. You'll check it out. You'll see what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just cheap out here, man. So it's a good home base. And then I can just move along. Like I said, going to Vietnam, round trip to Vietnam is I found a ticket for $50, right? For a good hotel, I'm gonna pay $20 a night, right? So that little 3-day trip or whatever cost me next to nothing. If I go to Bali, same thing, man. It's super cheap out in these different countries, man. So it's just, yeah, that's really my main reason, and I can still do bodybuilding out here. So that was another plus. It's definitely different than Denmark, though, man. Because being out in Denmark, bro, like it's so expensive in Denmark, so expensive. Good thing is that I have, I stay with Ann when I'm out there, so I'm not paying for like hotel or Airbnb or anything like that, like I am out here in Thailand. But yeah, it's crazy. The cost of living is way higher. It's a huge difference, man. Both beautiful countries, though. Denmark is definitely cold right now, but so is the States. My mom said that Dallas was also very cold, so this is why I'm out here in Thailand, man. I'm skipping winter. I'd rather stay away from winter. Cost of living is high in Germany too. Yeah, all of Europe, all of Europe. It's night and day, night and day. So let's say I'll be on here for 10 more minutes, guys. So get the questions out to me as much as you possibly can. Because, like I said, I'm an open book, guys. I want to talk to you guys about everything and, whatever I possibly can. George Lehman is in Thailand. I don't know who that is. Link me his channel. Android, iPhone. I'm on my Mac. I love it. What are the things that I miss about being home, man? It's just being able to speak to people, on another level. It's just having the ability to understand everything. Like, it's like I love it. I love being out here and not having to listen to everyone, but at the same time, like you start missing your friends, your family. Honestly, it just shows you how important it is to have, your family around and just having those good people around you. And I miss the availability of everything as well. Like, dude, you don't understand when you travel around the world, you start to realize like how easy we have it back home. Just like the vegan diet and stuff, man. Like when I'm in a first world country, like, like in Europe and in America, like everything is super easy. Everything is accessible. Where here it's like you really got to know your shit and you got to know your way around, and like not being able to read labels and stuff is difficult. So that's why I keep things simple. Did I live close to Sugarland? I've never lived close to Houston. Nope. From a coaching perspective, what advice do you give to someone who has been trying to lose weight for many, many years but with little to no results? Man, honestly, weight loss is easy. If you're not properly programming your training, your cardio, your nutrition, then you're good. A lot of things might not happen. So that's the one thing. Is like you want to make sure. It's honestly, it's just find out what your BMR is, your basal metabolic rate. Find out the amount of calories you're burning every day, as far as like exercises, your daily lifestyle rather, and then just plan your nutrition accordingly. If you're trying to lose weight and still maintain muscle, I would recommend 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and then the rest of your calories can be allocated accordingly. And then from there, you distribute your cardio. You figure out how much cardio you need to do every day to get into a deeper deficit, and so on. If this is you that's asking the question, you need help, I offer coaching. You can definitely hit me up. My website will be in the description, and then I can see what's the best thing to do from there. I can even do meal plans and stuff for you if coaching might be a little too much for you. But yeah, man. What muscles do you think is the sickest to develop? I would say back and legs. Honestly, everything, man. Because you got like somebody like Kevin Levrone, huge delts, nice chest, crazy small taper, and then you have Ronnie, where it's just like he's just the fucking house. Yeah, lots of different physiques, man. But I think a nice wide back is like it's definitely very impressive. I really like the nutritional curve you've done from an educational standpoint. It's a nice move that complements the fitness lifestyle, but well and truly underlooked. I appreciate it, brother. I really appreciate it, man. And that's what I really want to focus on, man, because that to me is what's most important. Where's my charger to my laptop? Guys, give me 2 seconds to go get my charger. My laptop is about to die. 1 second. Be right back. All right. We're back. Let me finish these questions off for you guys. And then I need to go get a lift in. Are people poor out there? Okay, so the lifestyle out here, you have very rich, you have very poor. You know what? Let me film a day where I'm just like I'm filming the shit on the streets, man. You like, dude, you'll see some crazy stuff, man. You'll see like guys with their legs cut off, laying on the ground, begging for money. You're gonna see women, like I swear to God, they drug their babies and like they sit there and beg for money on the corners. But then you also have like extremely rich people that have lots of money and they live a good life. I don't know about so many like middle class. I don't think the middle class is so prominent, but yeah, it's definitely a huge shift. Human connection is everything, man. Do you have any nicknames? In high school, they called me Izzy, Izzy. This is why my Instagram handle, my YouTube handle, or not YouTube, but Twitter handle, everything is John Izzy. And the reason why they came up with a football coach named me Izzy, and it was because he didn't want to pronounce my last name, Irizarry. So yeah, that was the nickname, and it's stuck ever since. How do you find out your BMR? There's BMR calculators online. You can even do it manually as well. You can just find out the mathematics to go into it. Lane Norton has started to curve more towards nutrition. He's using his PhD because that seems to be so much more interesting. Yeah, Lane is he's a character, man. He actually like he was his last week contest prep protocol was like the one that I used when I first got into bodybuilding. I always looked up to him. There for a little while though, man. He started to kind of get a little funny, but I see that about him. But I really don't like the approach that like I'm too good, kind of mentality. But he's a super highly intelligent guy. Highly intelligent guy. Maybe I can actually have him on the channel too. We'll see. I'll hit him up. I think that would be dope. What's the best workout to develop a upper body? I mean, you're gonna need some rows. Rows are gonna be huge, man. Bent over rows, cable rows, uh, dumbbell rows. How many calories am I at the moment? I'm only eating 3,000 calories a day. Seek bro, what's going on, my man? Thank you for doing this stream, John. I used to troll you, but you are genuinely real peoples. Cody, well, thank you, brother. Like I said, man, this is what I want to do. I just want to be real and open. Um, and just and show who I really am. This makes it a lot easier for me to do. Like if I'm doing these when I'm making the videos and recording them, like I said, it just limits me and it just I work way better doing a live stream. And to be honest, my goal is to help as many people as possible, answer you guys' questions, be as open as possible. If you guys like these feeds, like let me know, because I'll do them more often. And y'all tell me what's a good time that I feel like most people can be on, so that way I make sure that I properly plan them out. I know it's getting pretty late back home though. Have you ever done strength and conditioning workouts? Yes. I work with Josh Strength or Jailhouse Strong. He's put me through some of the freaking toughest workouts ever. And so I've definitely done them. I enjoy them. I do enjoy them. But that, also football too, man. When I played football, this is what we did as well. Kiwi, he's still funny in terms of the stand he takes, very egotistical and biased. That's, I don't like to talk about people, but I do see the same things. I feel the same way as far as like how he is. So I have to agree. I definitely have to agree. Trong, well, awesome, brother. And Simply Deep, man. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Let's say we have like another 5 minutes left. I know, like I said, it's getting late back home, so I don't want to push it too long. But if y'all have anything else you guys would like to ask, let me know before we close out. I hope I didn't miss any questions. If I missed any questions, go ahead and throw them back at me again. Just try to go through these feeds and answer as many as I can. But yeah, man, I guess I can just talk about my stay here in Thailand. It's been good. It's been really good so far. I love the weather. I actually I got my racket again, so I'll be doing some more tennis as well. I want to make a tennis video. That way you guys can see somebody like me can still play tennis at 250 pounds. How did I manage or deal with the backlash from the vegan community? How did I manage to deal with the backlash? Okay, to be honest, you just have to be, at first I didn't take it so well. Like it really kind of like strung me. I knew it was gonna happen, but deep in my heart, like I just felt like, but that's the way. It's like a lot of the vegan community will try to guilt you, man. They're gonna make you feel guilty for eating a normal human diet. Um, Again, not everyone is gonna be this way, but a lot of them end up being that way. So, of course I lost quite a bit of subscribers. um but at the end of the day, I just want to make sure that I'm being true to myself. I'm being true to you guys. I'm being as honest as I possibly can be, and I keep it there. I just that's how I want it to be, so that way, I just, yeah. So that's how I dealt with it. At the end of the day, no one's going to tell me what to do. No one's going to guilt me into anything anymore. um and as long as I speak from a more scientific approach and speak from the truth, as opposed to just like, creating my own opinions. um yeah, I mean, just, yeah, because like I want to talk about truth. Like, is meat unhealthy to eat? The truth shows not really. Like, we've been eating meat for years, like thousands of years. Fish, all these different foods for thousands of years. People have lived a very long time eating these foods. My grandmother is 90 years old. Her mother lived until she was 97. They all ate regular food. What I think is the problem is that nowadays we consume too many processed foods. And I think the processed foods, along with all the different medicines and all the other shit that, that's been introduced into the human diet, is the real problem. That is the one thing that I feel is the thing that we need to get a hold of. It's not, we can't sit there and guilt people for eating a specific thing. And yeah, and to be honest, I just like, the deeper I've gotten out of it, the more I agree with it. Because at the end of the day, you know, can the whole world go vegan? I don't think it's a good thing. And that'll be another day, another topic that I can touch up on, and seeing the connections on how, like, let's say if there is a vegan agenda involved, seeing the financial people that back it up. And yeah, because for like people like Bill Gates, they're into it financially. You have Tyson Foods, which is some of the big players in like the factory farming. They also, are backing financially Beyond Meat. Um, you have a lot of the people that are in the green, like, yeah, it's just I feel like a lot of the stuff is actually deeper than we really see, on the surface. Because like I said, I know for a fact that there are people that cannot handle a 100% fully plant-based diet. I've actually talked to a nutritional PhD. He's had some instances with some clients, and even with himself, that yeah, that a fully plant-based diet just wasn't going to work out. So, and there's even genetic things that don't allow. So let's say people to essentially create enough cholesterol from their own self, so they'd have to be able to consume it externally from a food source, different things, different things. So it's not a one size fits all, as like some people want to make it out to be. Are processed carbs bad? Processed foods in general, anything, like most of them are terrible for you. If that's where, these things, they made these things during the war. So it was, I believe it was World War II, so that the soldiers and stuff could have food, they would be able to last longer and whatnot. And then they realized that there's a huge market for it, so they kept it going. And it's just, yeah, it's been crazy ever since. Let's see, I feel like I missed some things. I got off there for a second. Am I gonna make this a weekly thing? Absolutely. Shit, I'll even make it a pretty often thing. I can do it, twice a week, three times a week. I'll make this as often as possible, as long as you guys are gonna tune in and are down to listen, and throw some questions at me, man. I'm here to help, bro. I'm here to help. How often would you guys like me to do these live streams? You guys have to answer that for me. What kind of split do you do for natural training? Okay, so for a natural, I would, man, upper body, lower body split is good. I think a squat bench deadlift routine, daily, like a daily undulated periodization type training would be nice. Um, that because again, it's about being able to train these body parts as often as possible. Athlete X, NDO champ, Bam Bam are some good fitness YouTubers. Oh, absolutely. Athlete X is a beast, man. Cody, I'm 248.6, so I just kind of rounded it up to 250. Cycling volumes between 8 to 20 sets per week. Yes, you definitely want to do that. What time do you like to train when I'm back home? It varies. I usually train between like 12 and 3. It just depends. Because whenever I get back, I'll be training with my friend Brian. He's a client of mine. He's getting ready for the USAs as well, so I'll be helping him prep. So we'll be training a lot, a lot. So you'll see a lot of him in the future. Like the Hodge would always say, eat whatever the F you want to eat. Very true. Very true. Product and pills, you keep it real with Thailand. Everyone else puts all the good stuff to cater to the social media look. I try to, man. I try to. It's it's the reality. JJ, appreciate the Q&A. Definitely makes it feel a lot more personal. Makes me feel like I'm watching and hanging out with a friend. Yeah, man. That's how I want it to be. This is what I love about it, dude. It's like I realize this is what I need to do more often. I love this stuff. I want to interact with you guys as much as possible. Whenever I want to do these streams, dude, I can do them every day. Like I can really make this like a daily thing. Like honestly, it just if you guys are gonna learn from them and just want to be about it, or well, what I can do is this. So when maybe I can have like already questions like set up and have them being answered. So I can do it like that or just go about it freestyle like I'm doing today. Um so yeah, we'll start off with like 3 a week, man. I think 3 a week is a good touch. And like I said, that way I'm able to really interact with you guys. Do I still stay in touch with Han Champion? Yes, talk to him all the time, even while I'm out here in Thailand. He's a cool dude, man. Like again, he's just a man that just does his thing. He doesn't live by anyone's rules or anything. Yeah, he's a good guy. What are your favorite shoulder exercises? So my basic shoulder exercise is going to be like an overhead press. So whether it be barbell, whether it be dumbbells. Lately, I've just been doing dumbbells because I've been really focusing on getting a good negative, pausing at the bottom, then exploding up. I just really want to feel it. Then you could do a barbell press, seated or standing. Standing is going to engage a lot more core. Um, then, of course, a side lateral movement because you want to make sure that you're hitting all the heads. So you have your interior head, you have your medial head, also have your posterior. You want to make sure you're targeting every single one of them. So you're doing an exercise, at least one exercise for each one of those heads. For rear delts, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if I put this up, but you can do like, you could use an incline bench, rest your head on it, and then just fly up. So when you're doing that, you want to make sure that you're essentially stretching the weight at the bottom, elongating your arms, and really, really focusing on using your rear delt to be able to pull that weight up as opposed to your traps. Have you ever had a shoulder impingement? Yes, it's painful. That's exactly what happened to me whenever I injured my shoulder lifting the 200-pound dumbbells. It sucked. It put me out for a bit. At what point do you balance the difference between giving up a bit of form for progressive overload? That's a good question. That's a good question. It depends on the lift, though, right? Because you don't want to. Honestly, I don't feel like it's smart to risk it with things like bench, um, squats, leg press. So your heavy compound movements, you don't want to risk your form. But things like maybe let's say like bicep curls or a tricep extension, you can risk it a little bit, right? But yeah, with those main movements, man, it's a key to really keep those things tight and keep your form on point because You do not want to risk injury. Like, just trust me, man. You don't want to risk injury. Do you think if you lift heavy, it is important to go to a masseuse? Absolutely. It's one of the other reasons why I'm out here in Thailand, man. I get massages out here. Thai massage, like $8, dude, for an hour. It's great. It's great. I get one at least like 3 to 4 times a week. It's like the amount that I pay for a month worth of massages is one session back home. Just to give you some sort of perspective there. And I found a really good place too that gives me some good deep tissue. So they work it. I'm like, I gotta have some strong hands for me. But guys, this stream is lasting over 2 hours now. So let's go ahead and cut it short, or stop it here. I really appreciate all the questions, guys. This has been a lot of fun. All the interaction has been really good. Let's make it to where I'm doing this like 3 times a week for you guys. I think that'll be great. Y'all let me know what days are the best days for y'all's schedule, and I'll be sure to to get on this at least 3 times, and we'll see. We'll see from there. The more I interact with you guys, the better. I love this stuff, man. You said last question. What's the best to work on? What's the best muscle to get worked on that feels the best? Everything, dude. Chest, lats, quads, all of it. Amazing. Amazing. But anyways, y'all have a good evening. Until next time, everybody, peace out.